Good afternoon, everybody. And yes, it is still Sunday, the 3rd of January, and it is 25 past 12 in the afternoon. And I am about to read chapter 16, the conclusion of my book. Been there, done that, still not bought the t-shirt. It's been an interesting journey. It's been an eye-opening journey. And all that I can do is hope that even one person gets something out of my experiences and that it helps. Because I'm always been told, even if you can help one person in some shape or form, you've achieved something that most other people haven't. But I do always believe that we do always get to help somebody. So here is my chapter 16, the conclusion. Have a look at some words from a man called Zero Dean. Life is hard, and it isn't fair, and it really hurts like hell sometimes. But if you focus on what is within your power to change for the better, you can, and you will. I had stumbled across this interesting man called Zero Dean when I Googled for a quote about life being hard. Unfortunately, my sayings that I use regularly were not very fitting for what I wanted to achieve from this concluding chapter. So I went off and I Googled and I came across Zero. And yes, his name is Zero. He has a website and seriously, you should look him up. An interesting fellow. He is a guy I would not mind going for a coffee with, and I would say my husband would happily go for a pint with him. I do not want to give too much away on him, as I think you should go and have a look for yourself. I now follow him on Instagram as well. But he is a breath of fresh air, and ultimately he says in his quote above, the power is within you. Stop looking around for the answers. Thank you, Mr. Dean, for your amazing words of inspiration. Now that I'm in the concluding chapter of my book on the perception of my own personal viewpoints of life, its ways, its path, and how we deal with it, am I any the wiser on how to deal with it better, easier, or less stressful? That, my friends, is not something that can be answered until the next thing in life happens, because in my head, I am ready to take on the world and any challenging personality that comes my way. I just took out my book that I wrote my own quotes in, and I fell to a page from the 2nd of November, 2018. And this is the quote that I wrote. Make your pain a little easier. There was a time people had priority in your life and you in theirs. A reason, a season, a lifetime. You taught them lessons and they taught you. It has been an interesting journey and it has put things into perspective for me. And I would like to think I have grown and accepted a lot. I have taken on a lot of other people's responsibilities over the years for friendships not working out and let a lot of people off the hook way too easily. And that was a learning curve. And I have made peace with my own responsibility for falling out with people. And that the good parts of me, unfortunately, did not outweigh my faults. And ultimately, those bad faults were cause of relationships, friendships not working out. And my good parts were not strong enough to match what others needed from me at the time. And those people were right to walk away from me, as I was not bringing any advantages to their life. If people are not bringing out all the good parts within you and drawing strength from you, but instead extenuating your bad parts, stop. Look and listen. And both of you run like hell in the opposite direction. Because when I look back, I know my bad faults brought out their bad faults just as much as their bad faults brought out mine. I do firmly believe that we are not put here on this earth at this timeline or any other timeline to actually get on with everyone and have relationships and friendships with all people everywhere. But I do believe that we are facing what is necessary in life to have the knowledge we need to turn to those who either complete us or turn to those that we know will actually be there by our side for when it matters. Regardless of who I have fallen out with, I do stand by at some stage. I had you in my life because I wanted you there and you wanted me there in your life. But for the right reasons that life or the universe decided, you left mine and I left your life. And I think that's okay to happen. There are a lot of people out there that still do have friends from their childhood, and there are a lot more out there who left people in their childhood and made their way through their adulthood with a brand new set of human beings, or as I like to really get on board with, I am walking this life with fellow spiritual beings having a human experience. The title of the book is Been There, Done That, Still Not Bought the t-shirt. If I buy the t-shirt, the experiences of life are completed, which means I am in the departure lounge waiting for the next life to happen. But I have a lot more to say, a lot more living to do, a lot more falls and a lot more to experience. So no, I am nowhere near ready to buy the t-shirt. My size is still waiting for me to find it. And in the meantime, I will continue to try on all the shapes, sizes, colors that are necessary. And then when I do find the t-shirt that finally fits correctly, then and only then will I be ready to enter the departure lounge. And as I am called to take my seat, I will shout from the heavens, wow, what a ride. So until the next time I meet you all through words or videos, whatever it may be, I leave you with this saying: never underestimate the power of who you are and can be, but never underestimate the powers of others, either good or bad. And that quote is from me, dated the 14th of September, 2018. Bye, everybody.